All right, beautiful. We got a lot of announcements today. That's why I wanted to get into it. A lot of announcements, we got some specials we're launching, a funding special you're going to hear about today. We've also got special event next week. So I'm going to get right through some announcements, and I've got a couple nuggets of content that I want to cover as well. But let me pull up my announcement list here. First of all, first announcement, if you didn't already see it, the print store, the DAC. These t-shirts are inexpensive, crew neck, comfortable, or V-neck, I'm sorry. You can get crew neck as well. Print store, I'm sorry, clothing swag store. You can go to the swag store, the DAC or the Bank Breezy. They're both available from the back office resource center, dacrc.com. They're both available there. They're also linked to from in the news section in your back office. But there's 35% off in January. They're running a January special, 35% off. And the promo code is 2026, 2026, 2026. If we see good movement there, we might be able to make the prices better. So take advantage. They won't be that low again, but 35% off is pretty special. So if you're going to get a hat, you're going to get a mug, you're going to get a cap or shirt, vest, backpack, anything, golf bag, everything's 35% off right now. Promo code 2026. All right, that's the first thing. Second announcement, there's many states that are creating disclosure laws that we follow. We follow every one of those disclosure laws. But you don't need to be in the know as long as you're not doing a no-no. Doing a no-no is promoting rates, promoting the offer yourself, telling people what the offer is, discussing how interest rates are done on these loans. We don't do that. Certain states don't allow you to share things unless you share like 10 items a certain way in a disclosure statement. So we do it all appropriately internally. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to have your client apply and know that our team is making sure the California laws are being followed and the Texas laws are being followed and the this law and that law. And the good news is all the states are doing is they're telling people in our space to promote it the way we always have. Here's what you got. This is what it's going to cost you. Here's your payment. Right? So if you're going to talk to someone, which we do, you have to disclose it the way we always have. It's not a percentage rate. It's not a factor rate. It is, you get 100 grand, you're paying back 140, right? It's a multiple. You're paying 1.4 times. You're paying 140,000. And even saying factor rate and multiple rate, things that you've heard Wade use in our trainings, it's because we're telling you guys you don't present the offer. He can't say that to a client, and he doesn't. He says to a client, in certain states he can't. And so he'll just say, you're getting 100, you got to pay back 140 or 120 or 115 or 150, whatever the amount is. Here's your payment. And now when they get the contracts, it'll also say APR on certain states. There's other things they're making sure you disclose. But we've always led with the total cost of capital. We believe it's the best way to help a client see the value in this money, right? It's going to cost you $32,000. That's what it's going to cost. Is your benefit outweighing that 32 grand? Yeah, then let's roll. If not, don't. I mean, say no, right? So I'm glad the country's doing this. I'm glad certain states are stepping up and saying, hey, Texas started this last year. California's upped it this year, starting this month, making certain that people are told their total cost of capital, not just promoted a rate or a payment. If I tell you it's only $110 a day, well, you might be paying, a multiple, or you may be paying 90,000 on that 100 grand and not know it. So we make sure we lead with that. So the long story short is, don't quote pricing. Never. You're not allowed to. You may be violating a state law. You don't quote pricing. You can say what we say on our cards. You get money, you might have to pay back between 1.2 and 1.5 or 1.15 and 1.5. What you get? What's the rate? We don't talk rates. What's the cost of capital? You're going to pay between 15 and 50,000 for every 100 grand you get. If you want to use 10,000, you're going to pay 1,500 to 5,000 for every 10,000 you get. But keep it general. Don't use the word rate. Don't use the word, don't even use the word factor. Don't even use the word APR. Don't get into anything that sounds financial. Just talk total cost of capital. that's regulation free. Anything that's not total cost of capital, you start to worry about what state am I in? What am I allowed to say and not say? We say it all, so you can promote it. But if you're talking specific deals, you start talking specific deal points, you're probably violating laws. If you're looking at an offer and you're telling them, oh, the rate is only 18% annualized, you're lying, you're wrong, you're violating things unless you've also got right behind it and your APR is this and you don't need to worry about all that. That's the good news. I just want to caution you, stay out of the lane of presenting the offer, stay in the lane of promoting the opportunity exists to get funds. That's what we do. All right. Third thing, chatbot after hours. If anyone's emailed the support team after hours, you've gotten the reply, hey, offers is closed, but you might be able to get your answer here through our 24/7 chatbot. We have asked that thing, and anytime we ask it a question it doesn't know, we update the knowledge base. It's answering all kinds of support related questions. It does not have deal specific stuff like what did I make on this client, but it does, or when am I going to get paid on that client? It would give you general. You'll get paid the day after DAC is paid. You'll get a funding email, blah, blah, blah. It'll tell you that, but it can't give you deal specific. But how do I qualify to get paid override spreads? What do I earn on this at this rank? What do I earn if I recruit someone? What do I earn when they get a client? All those things are answered in the chatbot accurately. So test it. Play with it. You can access it through the in the news section, and you can also access it. We put a link in the Facebook page. Eventually, we're going to add it to the DAC training site, but right now it's beta mode. If you find a question it can't answer, please let us know because we'll educate it and make sure it does answer it next time. All right. So chatbot, use it. The link is in Facebook. Maybe someone can even put a comment below it to I think I've got it pinned to the top and call it beta. Try to use it, try to break it, try to come up with a question I can't answer. Let us know. Agency expansion training is in the LMS. And many of you haven't gone through it. And my encouragement is go through it. Number one, even if you think you can do the training, just so you know what all your new brokers are being trained, right? You want to know what they're being trained once they get certified and move into the agency expansion training, how to build a brokerage, how to build an agency, what's the steps, right? It also has a link to the DAC leaders list, which we're starting the journey next week for all those people who have subscribed to that. So if you want to be a local leader, or even the leader of a buddy, a local leader can be you and one. Remember I said how I started DAC? Me and one guy. We went out and started talking to businesses. I was his local leader because I encouraged him to consider being a broker. And then we get together and get a coffee and talk about our funding and we strategize who do we want to talk to and he think about who he knows and he was encouraging me. That's being a leader, right? You don't have to have an office and a booklet to hand out to everybody. If you're an encourager of one, you are a local leader. If you want to know our local leader plan and how to move that from 1 to 2 to 3 and how to duplicate that process and multiply your organization, then you want to be part of our DAC local leader list. And if you are not on that yet, go to dacleaders.com, dacleaders.com, and subscribe. If you're not sure if you have, just do it. If you're already there, it'll tell you already are. dacleaders.com. All right. And I'm going to be talking more about that in a moment. 1099s. 1099s are going out. That's anyone who earned more than $600 is going to get a statement from us. We also send it to the IRS to say, hey, Matt DeHame earned this. We send Matt a statement that says, here's his earnings. We send it to the IRS. There's the earnings, and he's responsible to pay taxes on it. Of course, he gets to deduct all his expenses first. So any income you make as a business owner here, the good news is you deduct your expenses off of that. You only pay tax on the difference, the profit or loss from a business. If you are pursuing a business here with us and you haven't made $600, you will not get a 1099. But if you're pursuing a business, you get to write off expenses. You will need to file file a Schedule C on your income taxes. Get with a tax accountant or ask ChatGPT to pretend he or she's your CPA for the week, and just ask them, how do I get tax advantages as a business owner? Even though I didn't make any money yet, I'm trying to make money. As long as you're pursuing profit, you can write off your cell phone bill and you can write off mileage and business cards off your income. So if you made $50,000 at, working for IBM, and you're trying to make money with us, and you spent $2,000 on different things, opening your business, shirts, hats, golf bag, coffee mugs, advertisements, new suit as a uniform, a DAC shirt, whatever, business cards, those are all business building tools. You fill out a Schedule C, which is profit or loss from a business. Profit or revenue, zero. Didn't make a check yet. Expenses, advertising, cell phone, mileage, gas, all chamber of commerce cost. You list all those things, and also you have a loss from a business of $1,800, and you get to take $1,800 off your income, right? So spend some time doing that, but just know that if you have a 1099 coming because you earned over 600, we need to make sure your address, we don't need to make sure, you need to make sure your address is accurate in our back office, or you will not get that 1099. Okay. We send it to your email address, and we also mail it to your US mailing address that are in your back office. We're going to do it around the 15th. So if you want to get things to your accurate email address, make sure your email address in the system is accurate, and make sure your mailing address is accurate. If you're going to change your email address in the system, keep in mind, you got to change it at Relevate. Those that have to match. They have to match, or when we go to pay you, it'll be a security violation that something's wrong, right? And the money will be held until those things are equal. Right? We automatically send your email address to Relevate. They look in their system and make sure it matches. If so, and there's some other things it does, it deposits the money immediately. So don't go changing your email address at DAC unless you're also going to change it at Relevate. Okay. Otherwise your check will be on hold, and then you'll have to update some things later, and just delays things. Right. So know that 1099s, make sure your address is up to date. It seems like every year we get emails, hey, I never got my 1099. And then we get it back 6 weeks later, not at this address. You didn't update your address. So make sure your address is current. I can't wait to tell you these announcements in a minute, the specials. We've heard your request to give more information in the decline emails. Certain information we can't give. As an example, if someone's declined because they were arrested for spousal abuse last week, we're not telling you that, although that happens, right? If someone's declined because they were charged with fraud last year, wire fraud, and were arrested for it, we're not telling you that. We're just saying background. And it's turned into a pickle where we've told brokers, they've told the client, then the client threatens to sue us for sharing that. So we don't share because we don't trust brokers will keep things quiet and private, and certain things shouldn't be shared, right? So, but we have heard, hey, can you get us more information on why a client's declined? And so, yes, we're updating. You'll see by the end of January, you'll see better status updates for why a client's decline. We'll tell you if it's a prior default. We'll tell you decline because, something, bouncing too many checks. We'll give you more reasons so you get an idea how to correct it. But if it's something personal character involved, like arrests or fraud or things, it's just going to say background, failed background. Now you can then discern from there. It's something we can't tell you, but it's not default, because we'll tell you if it's a default. So failed background is going to be things that we are not going to share anymore than a background check. So just know that when you get that email, you don't need to call and ask, well, what's in their background? We're not going to share, but know that they found something. But the client can call the Bank Breezy team, and the Bank Breezy team will tell the client, and the client can then look that up if they need to look it up at some web. Wade's team will tell them, hey, you were declined because we're showing an arrest 8 weeks ago, and it's open right now. You're going to court in 3 weeks, and we don't know if you're going to be thrown in jail and can't earn money, or we don't know. So sorry, unfortunately, you're declined. Your business looks good, but you got this thing going on, right? So no, I don't. Well, here's where you can go to verify it, and they can go check and see what's going on, right? So Obviously, we don't share these things with all of you, but that's causing a problem. Some of our brokers are not happy to hear they can't get the reason. You will never get the reason if it's a background, okay? Because we've done that in the past and it's caused issues. So we're not doing that anymore, right? You just got to accept background. I'm okay with that. I don't want to know. If it's background, I don't want to know what happened in their past that's causing them to get declined. I don't need to know. I don't want to judge them for it. It's declined, right? But I do want to know if it's an NSF checks so that I can say, hey, you were turned down because you had too many NSFs in the last 90 days. If we can clean that up over the next 90 and not bounce checks, even if your balance gets down to $40, just don't bounce any checks, right? Then we can get you approved in 90 days. So we want to give you more information that's coming live. All right. Decline status. You'll see that through the end of January. You'll start seeing that happening better and better. We started the top 10. We're starting a contest in February, which is going to lead up to a March Madness. I'm not going to tell you any more than that, except that we're already tracking your applications, brokers who join, certified brokers, and fundings. All those things are going to get you points that's going to work you through March Madness, right? We're already tracking them. So it started in January. We're going to give you the details later on. I'm going to tell you when, but we're already tracking the top 10. In fact, I want to show you something real quick. This is the top 10 for, let me find my screen, the top 10 for last week. Bear with me 1 minute. I want to make sure I got the right one here. Yeah, you got that? You see in that screen? Here's your top 10 personally enrolled. There's 20 on there because a bunch of people were tied for sixth. The top 5 are in blue. Ebony, rock on, Ebony Palmer. 5 personally enrolled brokers last week. This is last Saturday through, I'm sorry, last Friday through yesterday. Okay. Ebony 5, Matt. Hey, baby. One source 4. Cheryl with 3, PJ Capital 3. And then we got a bunch of people with 2. Right. Congratulations. All of you have 2. Notice David Rutz is not on there. I got to step it up a little bit. We're talking about 2 brokers in a week. Right. And I got to step that up. But the top 5 are on there. It'll usually not be 20 names because once we start tracking this and showing it, you start to have the lead dog start stretching the pack a little bit. And you'll have maybe 12 names on there, or 13. But we've got Ebony, Matthew, One Source, Cheryl, and PJ in the top 5. Congratulations. And then the rest of the people, thanks for making that list. Thanks for sharing and encouraging. You got some points. Now, if they don't certify, someone with 2 on there, both certified, is going to do better than 5 without any certified. Certified matters most. This is just personally enrolled brokers. All right. So certified matters more than brokers, because that's what you're paid on, and that's what we need is certified brokers. But just know that we're already tracking it. You'll learn more next Thursday night. Say what? Yes, next Thursday night. That takes me to the next announcement. We are doing a special event Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday night, daczoom.com. What is it? It's a celebration. It's going to start with a broker overview, updated broker overview, condensed in time, impactful in information. So a broker overview. It's also going to have our contest launch. You're going to hear about the contest we're talking about for March Madness and what you win if you place in that, and why you want to win. So everyone on that list, good for you. You got to start, but there are some people with certified brokers and others without. So we're not showing you that yet, but we will. So the Thursday night special event will start with a broker overview. It'll also have some local leader nuggets in it that we're doing, some special things we're doing with the local leaders. It'll also have our Spanish launch. So look for some information about our Spanish. Yeah, as you know, the Bank Breezy website's got the Spanish site, but hey, it's one thing to have it, but who do you know that speaks Spanish? Who do you know that owns a business that Spanish is their first language? Who do you know that Spanish is their first language who might want to become a broker and help all the businesses in their community and in their culture? So we have a Spanish event that day. So Thursday night, 8 p.m., plan on being there. Broker overview followed by some announcements, which would be your contests and incentives, your Spanish launch, local leader buzz and a couple other neat, exciting things. That'll be 8 o'clock. We're expecting that to be a 2 hour meeting, 8 to 10. So plan on 8 to 10 p.m. and fill it up. We realized that our last local event, we were capped at 300 and we never had more than 300. I just thought that's where it's balancing. Zoom was capped there. We bumped it up to 500 on this one. Let's be the first 500 in. Just be the first 500 in is all I can say. We have to pay for that license, so we don't want to get 1,000 for one event and then pay for it. And if we see we hit 500, then we'll bump it to the next license, right? And you can't just pay for one event. You got to pay for a series of time. It's not cheap to get to bump that license. So let's fill it with, let's be the first 500 where we think we'll cap it out at 500. Special event, the 8 p.m. will be for new prospective brokers. So between now and then, obviously, anyone you can think of that is bilingual or Spanish is their first language, they'll want to be on that Spanish launch. And they'll also want to be, you want anyone else who'd want to be a broker in your 8 p.m. meeting, Thursday night special event. We're launching a funding special starting today. It's already live as of today, a funding special. And this funding special is for the month of January only. And it's for one industry, health club and gyms. Health club and gyms. Now, health club and gym, you may say, what about my aerobic studio? Yeah. What about my Pilates studio? Yeah. What about my yoga studio? Yeah. What about my weight training gym? Yeah. What about my boxing and Tai Bo? Yeah. What about my karate? Yep. Anything that's health related, health and fitness related, gym, clubs, etc. We're having a funding special. We've got, it's either going to be lower lender fees or lower repayment or both. All right. So we've got our internal team at the Bank Breezy team looking at how to do both, because some lenders we can take the lender fees off easier and some we can lower the cost easier but can't lower the lender fees. So it's a funding special where we're going to make less on the deal to take the client, to give the client a deal. Now we're sharing this with the lender. So at the lender, all of us are coming along saying, hey, let's do this for that space. They're helping people right now. So this is what you need to do with this. Just because it's a special, now it means nothing if we don't think to ourselves, who do I know? So right now on a piece of paper, write down, who do I know that owns a gym? Who do I know that owns a health club? Who do I know that owns a Pilates studio? Who do I know that teaches Pilates that might be able to introduce me to the Pilates studio owner? Who do I know that owns a yoga studio? Who do I know that owns that spa that they do those exercise routines? We're not going to give a tanning spa a special right now, but if they are a spa with Pilates and they've got other things as well, but they are a Pilates studio, then that counts, right? So who do you know? What powerhouse is in your backyard? What gym is in your backyard? That's where you want to go to. Make that list, target that list this weekend. This weekend, what do you say? Hey, I'm just reaching out because I don't know if you know it, I'm in business funding. And I just wanted to inform you because we are having a special this month. Our lenders have come together and we've got a special, better offers and lower cost to get funding for the health club industry right now. And because that's what I wanted, what I do, I wanted to inform you that that's what I do. And there's a special in case you have an opportunity you want to grow, in case you have an opportunity or you're in a tight pinch. I just want you to know. Okay, so take the scripts we use. You have a reason to reach out. That's what I would say to someone. Hi, I just wanted to call and let you know. Hey, I just wanted to text you and let you know. Hey, I just wanted to email you and let you know. Hey, I just wanted to stop in. I know I'm not a member here, but I'm in business funding and I'm local. And our company just launched a special funding special, business loan special for health industry. And we've never met before. I just thought I'd introduce myself, tell you in case, heck, it could be a great time for you if you need funds to grow or you're ever in a tight pinch, I want you to know January, we've got this special going on. We can help you in February and March as well, but it'll be lower cost in January. We can help you in February as March as well, but it'll be a lower cost in January. So there's an incentive right now for the health industry for January. We can help you next year, but it'll be a lower cost in January. Right. And so do you know any gym owners? If you don't tell them now, why would you wait till February when they can pay less by getting it now? So you got to tell everyone you know that's in the gym. Otherwise, you're not doing them the best service you can. You're not caring about serving them the best you can, right? So there's some specials there. Bonus revenue may or may not be impacted by this. It depends on the lender, depends on the package. Sometimes to make it a better deal for them, we'll have to lower the bonus revenue a little bit. Sometimes we won't. It all depends on the lender, what they're approved for, and what we have to do to give them that special offer. But we're giving them a special offer, right? So we wouldn't say it unless we were going to do it. If they don't take it in January, they will pay more in February. We're not going to give them that special offer in February because that sometimes means a reduction in commissions to you and us and everybody, right? So January is when it exists. If you want them to get the best offer, January is the time. You will see some marketing brochures. You'll see a social post going up in Bank Breezy and DAC today or in Bank Breezy anyway, about the special pricing. You'll see that we're working on it today. We just decided this, just talked to the Bank Breezy funding team, made sure they're all on board. We didn't want to announce it till everyone's ready to roll, and we got approval. And so we're all ready to go on it. Got the lender's approval, the Bank Breezy team knowing that we're doing this. Everyone's rocking and rolling. So now let's create the social post. So what do you got to do? You just got to make the list and reach out, right? So, and you'll see that in the announcements as well. This is all going to go out in the Funders Fuel on Monday. We're sending an email out. Last thing I'll say is we've got a checklist for local leaders that's going to be going out on Monday to everyone who said they are. Actually, it's going to go out over the weekend. It'll probably go out tomorrow. Everyone who said they want to be a local leader, we've got a checklist of how to, are you leading by example, doing blah, 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 blah. And then the next one, are you leading one yet? Are you leading one? This is what you do to lead one. And this is what you do then to lead two. And so we have 5 levels of local leadership. Nobody's seen this yet. We just went through it with the internal team, and it's going to be going out over the weekend. So self-assessment, it's called, and it's going to be great for your team, your agency team, your brokers to have if they want to lead. And I want to encourage all of you. It's real encouraging to me, having my private meeting with some of the corporate team members all week, to have a couple of them say it's overwhelming to me to lead a city, but it's not overwhelming to me to lead 2 people or 1 other person. That I can do and help my city, but to think that I'm responsible for the whole city seems overwhelming part-time. Well, then I've not done a very good job communicating one intersection at a time, right? You and 1 or you and 2. So we're going to do a better job at that. So that's why I started this by saying, if you will just enroll 1 and you take the responsibility of being their encourager, you invite them to learn more, you encourage, they get together with you, you educate them on the funding product, you make sure they've gotten certified, you do all the little things, and then you get together at Starbucks. Let's get together and canvass the area. Let's get together and plot out who we're going to talk to. Let's make our list of business owners we know. I'll communicate with them with you. We can go talk to them together. We can call them when we're together. We can text them together. We can Facebook. Let's get together at Starbucks and let's target some businesses together. Let's meet, greet, and inform together. That's being a leader. You don't have to have an office and you don't have to have 70 people in your team to be a local leader, right? If you can help a buddy happen, the buddy system happen, it's like if you say, I want to get in shape, and you know what, my friend's been saying they want to get in shape forever. I'm going to call them and say, hey, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm thinking of joining a gym. You want to join with me? We've always talked about getting in shape. We haven't done it. You want to join a gym? Let's join a gym. That's being a leader. Right? You don't have to be a fitness coach to encourage someone with their health. And you don't have to be 50,000 fundings a day for you to be a leader here. So if you want to be included in that, how to just even be a leader of a 1, 2, 3, then go to dacleaders.com and subscribe to that list because that checklist is going out tomorrow. Okay. It's going out tomorrow. And then anyone who subscribes to that, we're going to start a journey that they go through, just like we have when you become a new broker, you go through a 10-day journey. There's email on day 3, email on day 5, day 7, and day 10. And those all go out reminding certain things. There's a game plan, there's different things in that journey. Well, we have a journey that we're starting for those who subscribe to the local leader as well. And Saturday, we're going to be sending out, probably Saturday, it might be Sunday, might even be tonight. As soon as I'm done with it, I've got the checklist done. I got to make the email and send it into our email system. So if you're if you're if you want to subscribe, get subscribed. And let me just encourage one more thing. We had some people on our Trailblazers list years ago. It was called the Trailblazers list. And then we called it the DAC Leaders list. And we had people enroll in the DAC Leaders. And some of you go, I'm already on the Trailblazers list. I don't have to add. We had an issue with our email campaign system last week. All of our emails were deleted. Not all of them, but 70% of them were deleted inadvertently by our email company. They can't get them back. They can't get them back. So we had 52,000 emails of record active in the system, and it fell to 8,000. Okay. So they can't get it back. Now we're finding ways we can pull them down from this and pull them from this, but that means some of you may have been on the leaders list and are no longer on it because you were deleted. So if you could just be so kind, go to dacleader.com. Unless you subscribed in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, go subscribe again. DAC Leader, because it went from 2,200 down to 500. So 1,700 people on our leader list disappeared. Right. And we're working to get them back. We can look at old emails we sent, pull them that way. And there's different things we can do, but it's a manual process and we can't get them all. In fact, we'll probably only get half of them on our own. So we're encouraging you want to be on a local leader, go to dacleaders.com and subscribe. Okay. You can do it right now. It'll take you 3 minutes. Okay. And Thursday night, let's fill Thursday night. Let's make our list of who we're talking to in the health club industry. Let's get that word out. Let's get that top 10. You're going to see a social post come out with that top 10 in it as well. Get our address updated for the 1099. Get through that agency expansion training in the LMS. Check out that chat bot, beat it up a little bit. Don't promote rates, promote cost of capital as we always do. Promote the bigness of funding. Don't promote the details of the offer. Get your print swag at 35% off and stay tuned for better decline statuses in the future. We got our work cut out for us. dacleaders.com, sign up, and let's get our fannies moving and be in that top 10 and get prepared for that March Madness special that's coming. With that, I'm done, and we're here to take any questions you might have. Support team, is there anything that you feel, or Wade, anything you want to feel on the anything that needed to be covered in better detail?
Covered everything, all my notes, so I don't have anything else, but looking good on my end.
I think you covered just about everything. Did you go over the timeline as far as the January special pricing, if they need to have an offer by end of January, application by end of January, that specific?
Good point. It's a January incentive. So we've got commitments that it'll be for any fundings in January. We do not have commitments that it'll be for an application that comes in January 31st, right? So it's January funding. So if they're already in the system, good for you, but if they're not, get them in the system soon. Let's get into it. Tell them it's got to be funded in January. Now, will we be able to stretch it and go, hey, they got an offer, you presented the offer. Maybe they don't close on it till February 2nd, possibly, but rather we don't have that commitment necessarily. So thank you, Morgan. Let's focus on January fundings.
Absolutely.
Anything in the chat has been answered. So
Yes.
The chat's okay.
Good deal. Thank you.
And then we do have a hand up. So Miss Ellen Wynn, you can go ahead, unmute.
Hey, David, great message today. Looking forward to all that is coming. I was seeing in the chat that people are saying that dacleaders.com is not a valid site. It's actually DAC Leader, singular, not plural. So I wanted to make that correction, so it'll be on this video.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it.
Thank you. DACleader.com. And I'm verifying that the training says that right now, and it does. Okay, good.
That was as far as hands. And like Sharon said, we had everything in the chat all up to date and caught up. So on my end, everything is looking good.
Okay. Anyone else have anything?
We got Miss Harlequin. Go ahead, Harlequin.
Hey, David. Super excited about all of your announcements today. They, yeah, just blown away with everything that's happening right now with DAC. So I'm excited about that. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I'm gonna have challenges on Thursday because I'm hosting a Big Ten networking event that night that doesn't end till 8 o'clock. So I'll figure out what I have to do. But anyways, yeah, just super excited about what's going on and the funding special. And I was excited to see my name on that list for the top 10. So more on that. And I do have a challenge, at least for my team, that I will out recruit them for this month.
Woo! She's laying down the
I'm laying it down.
gauntlet.
Yep. So working on it. I did do my numbers and I out recruited my entire team for all of last year. So
Whoa. Harlequin, she's putting it up on the public wall.
yep,
She's bringing
I
it.
am. I
Okay.
am.
Bringing the heat. You better watch out, team.
Well,
She's
Yes.
bringing the heat.
Here's the good thing about March Madness. We were having fun talking about this yesterday. What are we going to do? And we've run things like this in the past. And we're going to look at brokers, certified brokers, apps, and funding. Those are the things that we might do something with local leaders. You know, you get points based on what your team does, new team members, kind of like a team challenge where you get, if you recruit someone new and they do something, you get points for that too. So we don't want it to be so crazy. It's hard. You know, you need an algebra degree to understand it, but we want to reward the behavior that drives your impact in the marketplace, local market impact, and also drives your paycheck and drives revenue. I mean, we are a revenue-based company, right? So, you know, I just want to say something. DAC has been profitable every year, and there's a company out there called EXP, much larger than us. They're worth $3 billion. I'm sorry, they're worth $1 billion in the marketplace. You know, they don't make a profit. They lose money. And there's another company called Keller Williams. You know, they're worth over a couple billion. You know, do they make a profit? No, they lose money. There's another company called Real, and they're worth 700 million, and they're a publicly traded company. Do they make money? No, they lose money. And so a lot of these companies that we're out there trying to be like, or they're trying to be like us, we want to have 100,000 brokers active getting fundings, right? And to do so, we'll be $1 billion company while making a profit. Right. We're not in this to just go public and give you guys equity. But believe me, Thursday, you're going to hear some things that are pretty darn exciting about how you can create something of value here bigger than just your paycheck. But your paycheck is the key. We want to make profits and we want to make impact, and we need impact makers. Enough of this flatline stuff. Enough of this doing what we did this month, what we did last month. Not gonna happen. Enough of our recruiting being in the top 10 with 2 people in a week. Enough of that happening. Enough of being in the top income earners for the week by getting 1 funding. Enough of that happening. It's time we up the game, and we're upping it. And if we got to put some incentives to get the gas pedal to be pushed, hey, I wasn't going to call it health club this month, but I'm going to call 5 or 6 this weekend or more, right? I went and met with a bank last week. Why? Because I want to get the bank referral program rocking and rolling. And so without it, we talked about it a month ago. I emailed all those people. It created 2 meetings. One of them's already done, and we're already starting a training together, and we're getting referrals and doing a co-training. And the other one we're meeting with next week and is already referring me a client from an email that we sent out with a brochure that we put out that we told everyone to do. I did the challenge. It worked. Are you doing the challenges? Here's the challenge for this weekend. Don't let a health club in your town not know about you and your funding company and the special in January. If you do that, You may just get a health club impact award, and they may be posting on your Facebook wall that they're so thankful that you told them about this because it helped them expand to their second location and their third location. And that's what I'll be saying. You got one, how'd you like a second one? We can give you the money to do it. All right. By the
And
way, I just reserved dacleaders.com, so we don't have to worry about that being taken by someone else. And because it's been promoted, and so it's now reserved. I will end up pointing it to the same place, I imagine.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And David, during my
Yes.
5 different networking events that I was at yesterday, I met a new gym owner. So I will be
Come on now.
contacting them today. Yeah.
And you know what? I got to figure out what gym I'm going to go to. Is it going to be Planet Fitness? Is it going to be none? Or is it going to be one that I don't have yet? I don't know. Let's go. We got some other hands up. Let's move.
We do.
Thank
we
you,
do. We
Harlequin.
got Dexter. Go ahead, Dexter.
1 second. Hey, is this thing on?
You feeling better, buddy? You're on and you feeling better?
You feeling the breeze yet? All right. So I was sick yesterday. I apologize to the team for not being on the call. I know I missed a lot based on what I heard today. So I'm trying to catch up. Still a little bit under the weather, but I'll be really, really quick. Just want to say, David, thank you so much for all that information. And I picked up a lot, but this DAC thing is it's a live, breathing, and moving thing. It's for real. So those of you that are new, that are hearing me for the first time, are hearing David, Matt, McGuire, Nick, and Ellen, and everybody else that speaks. This thing is moving. The bus has left the station, and this is moving. And David is our leader. He's our founder. And this information that we got today is very positive. I mean, my head just boom. A 2026 promo code, 35% off. Come on, man. You know, when I get off this call, I'm going to get me a couple of T-shirts and some other items to help promote DAC while I'm in the field. I want to double back real quick. Either the bug or the windshield. Come on, guys. If you're not writing down some of these jewels, you're really missing out. You may not ever hear him again. Matt is just like he's a jewel dropper. The bug, either the bug or the windshield. Who says that? I never heard that before, but that is so pointed, and it resonated with me. Okay, and I'm moving fast now. Nick Duhane was in rare form today. I watched him speak and listened to him speak many times before. He was so poised today because he wanted to really deliver something really special to us so that we can really grasp what he's saying about clarity and how it creates progress. And I just want to say to Nick, and I'll be gone, I got you. I hear you loud and clear. It came through your delivery, you're poised, you slowed down. I got it. It was very, very enlightening, and thank you so much. Go DAC. And my last message is 2 things. If you were ever successful at least once in your life, you could be successful again. And if you're down and you're getting on these calls just you're not getting the jewels, you're not catching anything, and you're just saying, oh, I heard the same thing over and over again, just remember this. Find a memory in your own mind that reminds you of a time when you were successful and you were at your happiest. Take that in and then catch up with us because we're moving. We're growing. David has got these things for us to do. He's got this information. He's got these tools. He's got these gifts. We're moving, guys. Let's stay with it. That's my encouragement for today. Let's stay with it, guys. I'm out. That's it.
Thank you so much, Dexter. Appreciate it. Suzanne, we got Suzanne up next. You can go ahead, Suzanne.
Good morning. Okay, so Dexter's an old timer. I'm a new timer. So if I can do what I've done, which is not much yet, okay, but anyone new, I'm going to encourage you, but I have a couple of questions, comments. Harlequin, speed of the leader, speed of the pack, way to be an amazing leader for your team to outperform them. That is encouraging. So kudos to you. Dave, you mentioned algebra. The only time I prayed for a D was I prayed for a D in algebra, and the good Lord was gracious enough to let me pass, and I never took another one like that. So yes, let's stay away from that, please. And thanks for reminding me about the gym, because we've got a dear friend who is a gym owner. I'm going to talk to him today. I want to tell y'all this, to me, if you are new, I am so blown away by this company and by the energy and by the people. But I have never, and I started in insurance in 1986 with Northwestern Mutual. Okay, I never gave away business cards because I knew no one was going to call me based on a business card. I'd say, I don't carry them because you're not going to call me. It's more important for me to call you. Let me take your business card. And that's how I built my clientele, because I knew they weren't going to call me. With anything, and I have amazing products. My company is Business Owner Solution Services, the Boss Group. I help business owners, and I've got wonderful products for that. But I'm telling you, I have never had a product where I can give someone a drop card and 6 weeks later, they're like, I have a new broker this morning. I have a new broker last night. Because I mentioned it. And one of the brokers, the one from last night, no, I think they both came on this morning. I don't even know. But yeah, because this morning I woke up to a text at 7 o'clock. How do I join that DAX? I'm on a flight. I've got a business owner. He's going to need 50 to 100,000. I want to get paid. Well, just 3 days ago, he said, I'm going to wait till I get everything in a row and then I'll look at that again. It's really looks, impressive. No, now that he sees, because when you talk to a business owner about needing money, they all say either, yeah, I need it, or two, oh my goodness, if you had only talked to me sooner, I just did X, Y, or Z. But I'm having people join my team just having mentioned it or handed a card and said, look, this is what we do. And I've got a girl, she can't be on today because she's actually doing her certification right now. And she tried to get on the Zoom and for whatever reason could not. But she says, I'm a guerrilla marketer. I'm door to door. I'm doing this, and she is kind of like me, offers a lot of different business services. But I just believe this is something that anyone can be successful at if you just make 2 to 3 it goes back to the football coach, 2-a-days. If you did a minimum of 2 a day, every single day, I think we can all be successful. Now, I'm not saying do a minimum, right? But what if you consistently, every day, you did not go to sleep until you saw 2 a day? There's an old coach, and he was telling us with the company he was in, he said, I am going to contact 2 people a day. And if I went to bed and realized I only contacted one, I grabbed a cassette tape and the next car driving by the street with the window down, I threw it in. He was committed to 2 a day. So I believe if we commit to 2 a day or more, every single day, consistent, because consistency is better than a flourish. So if we commit consistently to this great company, and for the leadership that we have, the DeHames, Harlequin, everybody who's the Ellen, I don't know everyone who's a leader here and who's been here a while, but the energy and the commitment. And let me just tell you this too. And I'm sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but you can just tell the integrity. I was on a call earlier this morning with a client of mine, and he knows about this. He's a business owner, but he had referred a different client for a different service and calling to check on it. I said, we're doing great. And I was telling him about the integrity of when a client comes on to enroll in the program, if for some reason they have not typed in your suffix, that my client had to call me and say, hey, what's your broker number? She wasn't trying to go around me, but it just was easier to type in, or she could probably only remember, David Allen Capital instead of / the Boss Group. And so when I asked on this call, and David had said, oh, they can't put anything in unless they have a broker number. They have to use you. And then I had the girl last night ask me, well, what if someone comes back for funding and they go to the company? I said, you get paid. I know companies who used to do that, but now you can go straight to the company. So the integrity, and the guy I was talking to this morning, he goes, my goodness, that speaks to integrity. And I said, I know. That's why I really feel good with this company. So I know I spoke a lot. I hope I've encouraged some of y'all who are new to just see the beauty of this. And I hope you have the results that I have. The little contacts I've had, and I've just been a sloth, okay? But I'm still getting results of brokers joining. And that's going to end up being, we're going to do fundings. And one that I've begging to join us, he's just not ready. He did send me a business owner who needs $300,000.
Amen.
So I just
Amen.
will do that funding, but thank y'all for the time. Sorry for the just anyway.
No,
But
Suzanne, this is perfect. You just gave a great testimonial. I only wish your video was on so that we could have seen you and captured it and used it in one of our reels. I mean, we love getting testimonials. We love sharing. The only time we don't put someone up on screen is if they don't have video on. So if they do, we turn it on. If they don't, we don't. But hey, great stuff. Hey, McGuire.
Absolutely.
Great comments.
Absolutely. Energy engagers, that's for sure. And I appreciate you even taking the time to speak on that, because I know it takes a little bit of energy, but like you said, you hope it resonates with somebody. And with everyone here, I know it did, because it did with me. So absolutely great stuff. Last hand we have up, we'll end with Cynthia. You can go ahead, Cynthia.
Hi, I'm sorry, I get nervous, so it's hard for me to get things together, but I feel so important. It's so important to share a couple of things that have really resonated with me this week, especially, well, I guess all of them, but yesterday when Matt was talking about procrastination and that it's the killer of success, and it really hit me. Since my husband died, it's been easy to procrastinate. Because of a widow fog, you don't see things like that need to be done, and it just really hit me there. And he gave some things to do in getting in contact with people. I made a list of some people that I took them off a big list because I felt like they're the ones that might respond better at the opportunity. But I realized I needed to start practicing the urgency of getting rid of crushing the procrastination and creating an urgency to do things. And so I'm confessing a little thing here but there's been a household chore that I have been putting off and putting off and putting off because it just, I didn't need, there wasn't an urgency today to do it. But his message yesterday was, you need to establish an urgency so that you kill the procrastination, and understanding that procrastination has prevented me from pushing forward in going out and meeting people or sending a text or all of those things, because that procrastination has seeped into all kinds of other things, not intentionally, and it wasn't because I didn't want to do it or whatever. It just, when my husband died, I didn't feel the same urgency to take care of myself, and things that were unnecessary I would put off. And so his message yesterday, actually, I got that thing done last night before I would allow myself to go to bed. I said, I've been procrastinating even today after hearing it. And I'm like, no, I can't even go to bed until this is done, because this is what I have been dealing with. And it was such a good feeling to go to bed having done it. And the other message is that, like McGuire had said, repetition in doing something builds in a rhythm that becomes a natural part of who we are, which I believe applies to that procrastination. And Nick's message today of having a clarity that helps you to not give room to that procrastination. And Ellen, I forgot exactly what it was, but one of the things that has really hit me today, again, as I've reflected on all these huddles, is I love that all of you are on a wheel that has spokes or arms that build that wheel. Instead of going against anyone, it all points to the center hub of what DAC is. And it's not forcing anybody. It's just enabling people to understand we're part of one in this company. And the encouragement that I've been getting in these huddles is amazing, to know that people hear you, that people speak to you, that people, especially for somebody who lives, basically in a lone place, it is feeding. And when we get fed in our personal spaces, it is vaulting us more into confidence of doing other things that maybe we're not getting built up in our personal space. And I've seen that in several of the people that have started talking and sharing on here too. And for me to do this is crazy.
Yeah, you're rocking. That's awesome. You know, we were just talking about if you can be an encourager of one, you're a leader. Well, who do you have to encourage first? Yourself, right? We have to get out of the stuck box and into the started box. And that's what you're doing. And it's inspirational because you're not stuck anymore in that area. You started and you completed, and it's contagious. So we have different people on this Zoom. We have people who are B2B pros and call on many years worth of clients every day, following up. And to them, to be reminded to follow up is amateur, right? And yet to someone who's brand new, they don't realize how important follow up is, that we need to talk about it. And then to someone who hasn't even started engaging with people yet, promoting our funding, they're there. So we don't cater just to people who are B2B pros, and we don't cater just to people who are B2B amateurs. We have a continuum. And if I'm going to become a real estate agent, I may one day be a real estate broker pro with 30 offices and 3,000 agents, or I may never sell a home. The Century 21 doesn't decide. Neither does EXP or Real Estate One or Keller Williams. They don't say, sorry, you don't come to us with 15 years experience, so you can't become a licensed agent with us. They say, hey, come on in. We got a starting line for you. You get on the starting line. It's a treadmill. Let's move. Start moving. Hey, don't put your feet on the side. Put it on the track, man. Turn that speed up. Put it on 0.1 if you have to. Just get it moving. And then 0.2 and then 0.3. And eventually you're at 3.0. And then I see some of these guys at the gyms. I watched my son Addison at the gyms. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, he's running like at top speed the whole time. I'm like, give me 3.3, give me a 1% incline. I'll walk for an hour and watch a YouTube video and I'm fine, right? But some of you want to walk the treadmill. Some of you are like, get out of my way, turn that treadmill up. And it's okay along the way. So Cynthia, thank you. That's why these huddles exist. They're all encouragers. They're meant to tip something. Hopefully some of you will be following a Nick's huddle request earlier today, the play, and you'll also be adding to that play to reach out. Had he known about the Friday special, I guarantee you would have said, your play of the day is, reach out to every business owner that owns a gym or health club. So who else has got something else? I'm literally editing our health club brochure as we talk.
We've gotten through everything, so it's down to just closing and bringing us home.
Are we done? No other hands are up?
Not that I see. Nope.
Okay. Well then, team, I'll just rattle off the list again. Number one, print store 35% off. Coupon code 2026. By the way, if you see a bunch of stuff in there dark with the dark Bank Breezy logo, you'll see on the top of the site, they're putting the white Bank Breezy logo on the dark stuff. The images don't show it, but they are. It says it on the top of the page. Thursday night special, 8 o'clock. Promote it, promote it, promote it, promote it, promote it. We'll have the Spanish local leader stuff, biz op overview, broker overview. We'll be going through the contest incentives, even some equity discussion. Hang tight for that. Licensing promotion. Don't be doing it. Don't violate how you promote the pricing. Let us promote the details. You promote the opportunity to get funds. Chatbot, it's available after hours and it's available all day long in our page. Test it. If you get an error, let support know. Not an error, but if you get a question that says I can't answer that, contact support. Let us know the question. Take a screenshot if you could. Agency expansion training in the LMS. If you haven't gone through it, go through it. DACleaders.com, leader.com, my bad, DACleader.com to subscribe to the list. 1099s, make sure your address is update. Decline status, look for more to come. Top 10, congrats. We'll be sending that out on Monday, and every week we'll be sending it out on Monday. For the prior week, we'll be showing it on Friday, posting it on Monday, and as the contest expands, we'll be showing all the different things as we expand. And then don't forget our January funding special, rock and roll.